double role here, right? So
Almost,
say about
yes.
that.
Okay. First of all, it's a movie. Shashi sir is the director, and predominantly he has been making movies about war and about culture, novel, right, literature. And this is a commercial movie. I was already excited because I always wanted to be a commercial actress. Sounds funny, but I always want to be claim myself as a commercial Bangla film actress. So, but from that perspective, I was excited that I'm getting the opportunity to play two different characters. So it's like I'm making two movies. There's this character that resembles so much with the Bangladeshi culture, the Bangla girl, the so-called Bangladeshi girl that are so simple. They actually have no voice. They're very, very dependent on their surrounding, be it their brothers, boyfriend, mother, family. So I'm playing this character, though it is not me myself as a person. It's not. The character name is Tamanna. It was very, very hard for me to get into her shoe. But with, as I say, there's Chashi sir. I learned this technique with Chashi sir. When I'm unable to do something, I would ask him, sir, can you portray that for me? And he would do that. And I don't know, there's something about him. I can exactly, and not exactly, even slightly, I can copy or I can make that person on me through him. I can do that. The other character that is day and night change, Bonna. So I enjoy that character so much, not because it has such a resemblance with me, but also because I would like my Bangladeshi girls, the young generation, to be a little more independent, to be a little more rebellious, to be a little more dependent on their own self. So that character, she is very bold, she is very proactive, she is very protective of herself, she's protective about her image. She can ride a public bus at night 1 a.m. She's that bold. She know no one can harm him. She is dangerous to others. There's nothing slovenly about it. That's her true nature. When she sees a guy and she likes him, she go right straight to him and she would propose her. If he rejects her, which he does actually eventually, the hero, as you know, he comes from a middle class background. No one is so heroic, chain suit, boot for it. Nobody's like that from that background. Character was very believable. So that guy, he gets trapped with this girl Bonna, and she's very, very stubborn, and she would not leave him, and she finally convinced him to fall in love with her. There is so much drama in between. She would go at night at his home like a Romeo. It's like, she's playing the character of the Romeo, and she's like, I'm here for you. She would propose him or his family. So, but why this character is so outspoken? Why this character is so extroverted? It's extreme. She has a man inside her, which is very extreme. But why is she like that? There is a story. So that's how the story reveals this guy of course, and there's this character Tamanna who is very soft. And Omid Hassan, Diti Aunty, Urona Mishas, they are very integrated part of this movie. So it reveals one after another. You cannot say anything about the movie unless you watch the movie 98%, because the story reveals only 3 minutes before the climax.
Wow. Some previous question to you, Parita. How did you involve in this film?
So if I talk about this movie, I have to talk about the other movie that I actually signed before, Bhul Jodi Hoy. As I was saying, I had struggled from my point of view, all the things that I could have done to struggle and to visible in this film industry. I tried, but I failed. So many people has approached and then rejected. I was dejected. But anyway, then I think it was 2012, mid of 2012, and I was about to finish my A-level. So I decided I'll be living for London and doing my graduation with my top university, LCE, because I'm an economics major for publicity. But I was telling on a live television that I think I'll be leaving very soon. It was in the mid of 2012. I wanted to leave by 2013 Jan. This dude, he calls me, say, Alisha, I'm Chashina Islam, will you act in my movie? It was as simple as that. I was struggling so hard, getting the chance to talk to some director or, maybe a screen test, whatever it is. And it was very hard for me. And this dude, who is a legend, everybody knows him, he said, would you work with me? So right then I fell in love with him. Then we went to ATN, and when I learned that Imon is the hero, because film industry, I don't know much, but I have a fascination. I want to enter. But when I know that Imon was there and we have already worked in Eurocola, I felt certain level of conformity there. Rashidul Islam sir I started to be friends with him, and I realized he's not the monster I thought he was. He would be very loud, I'd be very scared. I was never scared. We were very friendly. We would talk about anything. We talk about movies, cinema, love, relation, boyfriend, culture, history, video games, iPhones, Ghazal. Because he started his journey. He wanted to be a film actor, right? We all know, right? So he went to Mumbai, and somehow Mumbai is like a second home to us, and we have been there so many times. I have watched so many film shooting in Bollywood and visited many studios. So from there, we do feel somehow we are connected, because it started somewhere right there. I wanted to be an actress because I was watching a movie shooting in Bollywood. So that's how actually it started when I was 14 or 15 years old. Somehow I feel very connected to him, and that's how it started. And Chachi sir was claiming with my mom and Imon that Alisha is doing good. When he says something like that, it's really important. So my mom feel motivated. Even Imon was also motivating. Yes, we can make more movies, stuff like that. So my mom was really interested. Murad Bhai, we have been knowing him for a very long time. So he came to the set, and my mom, we were planning on going to make some movies, or maybe one movie. So he said, let us join. Let's go for some more movies. Why one movie, 2, 3 movies? So that's how right then and there we created Carnival Motion Pictures. I remember I even gave the name Motion Pictures, the logo. So Carnival started, so definitely as a tribute. I was lucky that before my movie release, I get to pay my tribute to Chachi sir by having him as the first director of Carnival Motion Pictures. So that's how the movie started. We called the scriptwriter Joy Raihan Babu. The moment he entered the office, he said, okay fine, the director is Chachi Nurul Islam, the actress is Alisha Pradhan, bang on, that's the film, that's the character for Alisha Pradhan, that's the script for Chachi Nurul Islam, and Imon will be very, very suitable for that scene. So that's how actually it all started. I was really a part of each and everything, each thread I was a part of, each and everything. Sure, I will.
So this is how he contributed to your career.
Correct. Yes.
Good answer. So you said to NTV Online, okay, that is, the film will set a new trend in the field of Bangla commercial film.
Ooh, that's big.
Sorry. So NTV Online cited that যে আলিশা বলেছে যে এই ফিল্মটা বাংলা কমার্শিয়াল ফিল্মে নতুন একটি ধারা সেট করে।
No, I never said that. Yeah, that's what happened. People misinterpret, and it happens so many times. Let me tell you what I said. What I said, that is much important than changing the trend. What I said, that has much more weight and value than changing a trend or setting a new trend. You can set a new trend. Right now, I can wear a mustache and wear a mini skirt, and I created that trend. It's not about creating a new trend. I tell you what I said.
Yeah. The acceptance of the trend is the main fact.
Exactly.
The trend set করলে তো হলো না, the people accept.
Exactly. So why this is what I hate about journalism. I'm sorry. They always take things out of context. They always blow things out of proportion. So anyway, I'm getting used to it. It's okay. But let me explain what I feel about Antarang and this movie. I had to watch 200 Bangla cinemas because I didn't have enough knowledge about Bangla cinema as the industry claims. So I did watch, I gained my knowledge. Through Chachi sir, I started my Bangla to gain more authenticity, to own this language, the words and everything. So I started taking my classes. From that perspective, when I have seen 200 movies, I see Antarang is a different movie. And how, let me tell you that. This is a commercial movie, and who is making this movie? Chachi Nurul Islam, who has predominantly making movies about war and culture and literature. So when this dude comes and make a commercial movie, he cannot get out of his zone, right? So he has punched the art. It has neatness, it has cleanness, and most importantly about movie making, you have to believe it. He made this possible. It's a commercial movie, but when people gonna go and watch us, they are going to believe. They are going to believe, yes, Imon is a middle class family boy. Yes, that's how a character looks like, that's how a character acts like. With me, he did. Yes, if a Bangladeshi girl, if she is that rebellious, that will be the character. That exactly, that Bonna signifies that role. And when I was playing Tamanna, people are going to believe me. I don't know how good I have done, but the thing about believing, commercial movie te manush kokhono attached hote pare na, because they don't believe that. Everything they see, oh, it's funny. They are not connected to the cinema. I'm telling you, this is the most important thing. You make the common movie. Go ahead and make the stupid common movie about even this interview. People gonna cry, people will feel attached if you can make them feel that. So when Chashi sir is doing that, and when Chashi sir আমাদের সবাইকে বলছিল যে with all of your help I'm gonna make this movie, you have to give me your support, surrender করো আমার কাছে. Imon did surrender to him, everybody, even Omid Hassan, Diti auntie, Aruna Bishesh, these are such big names and they have surrendered to him because the director knows how to drive them. He has driven us in such a way. He was very cautious about our costume, because costume speaks. Okay, when audience sees the costume first, the outlook, then we speak and the dialogue comes. It's believable from right there. So that's how it is very different. And now come to the screenplay. The screenplay is very different. It's like the old wine in a new bottle. I have always said this thing, though I always say Chashi sir is the old wine, I'm the new bottle. But anyway, the screenplay is amazing. We have very commercial dialogue, you know, the words, the lines that has been used, but these are not the common dialogue that we have seen in the commercial movie. But they have very cinematic commercial value to it. But people will agree to the dialogue. They will feel connected. This is very interesting. So the dialogue is very good, and the film, the way it is started, and the break comes. The break is biruti, right? Biruti means break.
Intermission.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, interval. Yeah. So people will not know where the story is going, and they will feel connected. That's what life is. You don't know where your life is going. We don't know the reality, who is doing what and who is really good, until the climax hits. So that's how the movie is very different. You will be attached, and these songs, these 4 songs, amazing songs. Each and every songs were required. Without one of the songs, the movie is incomplete. That's how Chashi sir has brought those commercial movie songs into, connected with the movie and the script and the lines. There were 6 songs, but he opted out 2 songs because he thought those were not necessary. That's why it is important and it is different. It's a commercial movie, but there is a place for you to get connected with the movie, to remember those dialogues, to remember those characters. This thing I don't think very every people can say about their movies. Apparently I can't. No, please.
আমার
Oh, my screen.